Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and over the last few years, I'll say something about, gaming, right? There's been a lot of leaks. It's crazy to think that we have gigabytes upon gigabytes of actual video for Grand Theft Auto 6 just floating around that you can watch. Beta, alpha footage that kind of paints a picture of what's to come with one of the biggest gaming releases imaginable. But one thing that I expected to leak was the Dr. Disrespect Twitch story. Now, I think in the last few years, if you've been on the internet in general, this is a story that literally everyone in gaming kind of talks about. Now, Twitch TV is one of the largest live streaming platforms out there, and throughout time, they've had plenty of content creators show up. And plenty of content creators have also been banned off of Twitch TV. One of them is Dr. Disrespect, also known as Guy Beam, the guy that puts on the black wig, tactical gear, the Oakleys, plays Call of Duty Warzone like a champ. Yeah, that guy. He ended up getting banned from Twitch, and literally all that everybody in the community can do, passersby, onlookers, anybody. There are channels dedicated to playing Bridge and Old Maid and Gin Rummy in the retirement home that probably still talk about what happened to that Guy Beam, what happened to that Dr. fella on Twitch. Why did they get banned? Well, see, yesterday there were some pretty massive allegations. And one allegation in particular that actually blew my mind away was this one. He got banned because he got caught, interacting with a minor. God damn. Now, of course, we're about a minute in and I hit you with the actual bomb right there. But let's go into just understanding the real history real quickly. Now, Dr. Disrespect is not an individual that's immune to controversy. In fact, if anything, he pretty much garners it for the most part. June 11, 2019, he actually attends E3. And while in Los Angeles, where E3 was held, California, he ended up going into the bathroom, a public bathroom, with a cameraman. Now, at this entire event, the cameraman came in and was filming the inside of a bathroom. Now, I don't have to be a lawyer to explain under the California legislative websites here. Penal Code, Part 1, Title 15, Chapter 2, Miscellaneous Offenses, Section J, feel like a lawyer here, a person who looks through a hole or opening into otherwise views by any means of instrumentality, including but not limited to a periscope, telescope, binoculars, camera, motion picture camera, camcorder, mobile phone, electronic device, or an unmanned aircraft system, drones. The interior of a bedroom, bathroom, changing room, fitting room, dressing room, or tanning booth, or the interior of any other area in which the occupant has a reasonable expectation of privacy with the intent to invade the privacy of a person or persons inside. Yeah, that is absolutely not going to be allowed. You cannot bring a camera into a fucking bathroom. And of course, obviously, E3 decided to tear up his pass, and he was actually banned from Twitch temporarily. Until, of course, June 25th, a little bit after. Now, even after this bit of controversy that probably would have landed a lot of people in hot water, he ends up signing a massive Twitch multi-year exclusivity deal, where apparently it's actually factored into the 8 figures, okay? Now you might be like, whoa, why would any live streaming service pay any streamer money? Now if you remember back, Ninja got paid millions of dollars to stream on Mixer, and a whole bunch of streamers got signed on by Twitch then, and YouTube Gaming. So the reason why any platform will pay for any streamer multiple millions of dollars for multiple years is because they want more active monthly users on their website. They want actual, eyes watching content on their websites. Now, again, to give you a quick comparison, when you got YouTubers making content on the internet, let's say you have 5 YouTubers that you watch. They all upload 5 videos. You're not really obligated to necessarily, get rid of one YouTuber. You can watch all 5 throughout the course of the day, week, whatever. There are so many videos regarding, Elder Scrolls Daggerfall retrospectives, okay? 8-hour videos on the internet, 4-hour videos, 40-minute, whatever. Just because there are 10 different versions of those retrospectives that exist, for example, you don't have to pick one specific video. You can watch all 10 of them. With live streams, it's not so simple. See, live streamers compete directly with each other at any given moment when they stream. So let's say, tomorrow you want somebody streaming Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, the top 10 streamers are all deciding to stream Elden Ring at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means all of them are fighting against each other for fucking viewership. Very much cutthroat. Now you might be like, whoa, why can't I watch 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 streams all at once? I'm sure there are some crackheads out there, but most people probably pick one specific streamer. So again, when these streamers like Dr. Disrespect, who actually garner tens upon tens of thousands of viewers watching them play games like Warzone, Elden Ring, whatever, they become serious hot commodities for Twitch or YouTube, enough to the point where they consider signing them on just so they can keep those eyes on their platform, which then get parlayed into bigger deals behind the scenes for these companies. Now, recently, I wouldn't think that a lot of these companies are, necessarily signing any more of these deals because I don't think it's so economically viable as they once thought, but that's effectively what had happened with Dr. Disrespect. Now, even after he signed this wild deal, 2 months after, he ended up actually getting fucking banned off of Twitch. On June 26, 2020, it was actually reported by Twitch that Dr. Disrespect was banned, and they quoted, "As in our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of services. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community." So while Dr. Disrespect got banned out of nowhere even after signing what appeared to be a multi-million-dollar deal, the world basically had a question. Why did they get banned? What was the reason? What happened? Now, streamers get banned for a whole variety of fucking reasons, okay? Sometimes they might let something slip that's a little too saucy on stream, or you might have somebody showing a little too much skin. It really depends on what Twitch has. Rarely, though, do I actually see permanent bans unless the actual actions have been so egregious, and usually you can figure out exactly why somebody gets permanently banned. In this situation, nobody had any idea. He just got permanently banned, and that was pretty much the end of that on that day. At the same time, Discord, out of nowhere also, ended up actually removing him from the partner program June 26th, shortly after Twitch had actually dropped that as well. And Discord had actually told, when asked, they were held to a higher standard. Partners are held to a higher standard than typical users. Discord partners must abide by our code of conduct, and when violations occur, we take the appropriate action. So it was insane that he got banned from Twitch and also Discord at the same time. So obviously people were wondering, like, what the fuck was going on? Around the time he ended up saying, yeah, listen, Twitch hasn't even notified me on the specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all the support during this difficult time. So even the actual person getting banned had no idea at the time what had happened. So after about a month and a half of not actually streaming, he actually goes to YouTube and starts actually streaming there. And it wasn't until about a year after this whole situation, in August 2021, when he actually talked about, knowing about why he was banned for months.
But a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of him, okay? I don't know how else to put it.
Whoa, suing them? Now, normally I've never actually seen like a content creator sue the actual house. Considering Twitch, owned by Amazon, that's a pretty strong legal team. Clearly, Dr. Disrespect and his team thought they had enough of a case to actually take Twitch to court, and that's when a court battle had actually started. Now, because this is a court situation that never really ended up being publicized, it pretty much was happening in the background until down the road when he actually ended up saying March 10, 2022, again, a year later after all of this, that things had actually just been cleared up. So this one post was made, "I have resolved my legal dispute with Twitch. No party admits to any wrongdoing." Now, in this situation, what this means is they actually just settled out of court. And I found out literally like a day ago when he was talking about it. So at this moment in time, this entire situation just gets resolved and it gets settled where no party admits any wrongdoing. He still remains banned and nobody really has any idea what actually happened. So for the longest time, this has sort of been like the industry thing. Like people have been trying to find out what was the reason after all for all of this even occurring. Like, why did this even happen? This became basically like the internet creepypasta, if you will, the Twitch TV creepypasta. Why did this guy get banned, right? An episode of Haunted Gaming right there. So back in 2020, one of the esports reporters in the scene, Slasher, ended up actually saying, look, For several hours now, I have been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. Now, I feel like that is, without a doubt, the biggest goddamn cock tease imaginable. So clearly, he knows something pretty damning. He's not going to talk about it because, from my understanding, look, doing the journalism that we have over here, unless you have something completely ironclad and you got all your sources and ducks in a row, you can actually talk about something, okay? But until then, you can't really make, complete statements, and you can't really break a story if you can't get your sources 100% secured. Because if anything falls through in the chain, then your entire credibility is effectively on the line. This whole situation pretty much had remained unknown until June 21st, 2024, 2 days ago, 48 hours ago. When Cody Connors, one of, I believe, the former director of strategic partnerships at Twitch, ended up actually saying he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. Now, here's the thing. He follows up and says, no one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys. Now, this is a very, very wild post to make, right? Now, obviously, any allegation involving a minor is, of course, it goes without saying, incredibly serious stuff. Now, obviously, any allegation like this requires some serious solid proof or receipts. And up until this, recording date, no actual receipts have been posted. So again, I have a serious, lack of completely co-signing anything. Until, of course, something actually credible comes out. Nobody really knows this story, and these allegations are so massive that, you would think if somebody's going to be making them, they better actually have some solid proof. Otherwise, they're seriously opening themselves up to an actual defamation case right here, right now. This can actually cause serious reputational harm, and that goes without saying. So, of course, Dr. Disrespect jumps into the entire situation and says, the most blatantly dumb shit that I've ever seen. So he says, Jake, seriously, where he's responding to this Jake Lucky fella. We've talked about him on our channel before. He's a friend of the show. I get it. It's a hot topic. But this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. Now, I really think the words "no wrongdoing was acknowledged" is probably the worst way to address pedo allegations. Now, I don't believe there's any NDA in the fucking world that prevents a human being from saying, I was not talking to minors, okay? I don't think there's any NDA imaginable, even if you've settled a court case where you can't actually, protect yourself from allegations you believe are false. I also find it weird that they said, listen, I'm innocent because I paid out the whole contract. Again, settlements don't exactly prove if anything is, for certain. Like, it doesn't actually exonerate you from guilt. It's just a behind-the-scenes thing where two parties have resolved this issue amongst themselves that nobody really has any idea of, right? The way that this is worded feels very lawyerish, very legalese, and it was something that I wanted to wait before I could even cover this video. Obviously, I was, researching everything leading up, all of the context. And of course, following up in this situation, Dr. Disrespect says something even else. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the internet. I didn't do anything wrong. Now, I feel like this is enough to say, yeah, I wasn't involved messaging no minors or anything. That'd be wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. So again, when I see no wrongdoing was found, you should probably just say no wrongdoing has happened, okay? I don't understand why the I was paid was necessarily the most important part. The only actual benefit this last part says is clearly if Twitch had actually felt that there was a minor in danger, they probably wouldn't be obligated to pay out the remaining contract that they had made him sign, or like they signed mutually together. If they found that there was actually something felonious going on. Remember, interacting with a minor like this, or God forbid, going into the physicality, is a serious felony, not just in the state of California, but if this had occurred over the internet, which could involve, multiple states, it becomes a federal offense. If Twitch or Amazon felt like this guy was actually messaging a minor, I really don't personally think they would have paid out the remainder of the contract, nor would they have put NDAs up. It really honestly feels like there was something bad that occurred, something, in the sense that maybe there was some serious misconduct from his end or Twitch's end, and they just don't want the world to know about that, which is why this has basically remained one of the biggest, most sought after secrets. You would think that with a story like this, the person who would leak this, this probably would have been leaked a while ago, but it hasn't. And that's really the weirdest part of this situation. But now this whole thing gets even weirder. So the guy who initially even brought up these claims, these wild allegations, literally just goes and has these old posts up from 2023, not 2013, where he's like, listen, if all these dates sell out, I'll tell you why he got banned. Like, invoking that you should buy tickets to these shows that he's in just so you can hear this crazy story. And it doesn't even stop there. It's like, gamer friends, if you're on the East Coast, you should come to one of these shows. Slasher's coming to the New York date. That's a 500-person room. And we're like 70% on pre-sale. I always act out around Rod. If that show sells out, I'll 100% explain why we banned him during the set. Now, the whole situation involves minors. Why are we, holding on to this story as if it's like gold? Like, dude, you gotta go to the authorities. You gotta help out the minor in this situation. This is fucking insane. So you might be wondering what the heck is the Twitch Whisper system. To give you an idea, the Whisper is right over here. Lets you send private chat messages without leaving any chat. Okay, basically like a PM system, like a DM system on the actual website. So for example, how they describe it is you can whisper to friends, followers, subscribers to chat privately one-on-one across all of Twitch. So if you're watching a streamer known as Lyric and your friend is watching Man vs. Game, you can still whisper to him as long as you are both online. But only you and the user you're whispering to will be able to see the conversation. So I guess in any chat, you can do /W, enter a username, and type an entire chat within the same IRC chat to basically communicate with people. Now, given the fact that this is IRC chat, I don't discount that Twitch administration can pull out any chat in plain text and look at it. So again, let's go over some actual conspiracies here real quick, at least the most logical ones. So if it was something that was involving the Whisper system, again, one person actually states, what makes the most logical sense to them is based on these statements is that a minor was possibly lying about their age and was using that Whisper system to talk to Doc. Doc was under the impression the individual was of age. When he found out, they cut ties with that person and went after Twitch for not verifying the age. Was the Whisper program only for 18 plus, so he thought he was good? I'm not too sure. If so, it makes sense for him to say no wrongdoing occurred, because he was being lied to. If the minor did lie, it would explain the payout to Doc for his contract, because ultimately Twitch was at fault for not verifying the age. Now again, I'm not a lawyer. This could absolutely be something that can be plausible, but at the same time, when you get minors and messages involved, I think there is a reasonable expectation of serious misunderstanding of the law. You really have to test this with lawyers and, again, the state. And if something really did occur illegally, no company can really cover that up. You can't just cover up illegal felonious actions like this in a settlement. You have to report this. It is your duty to report this, from my understanding, to law enforcement. One thing that I have to really say is if actual reporters knew that there was potentially a minor involved, there is something really, really sketchy about a lot of these journalists knowing the really fucked up story and never coming out and actually putting any of these parties to task. Which again makes me question a lot of the story more than the average thing. Again, it's such a weird situation, and it obviously requires somebody to really think about what's going on behind the scenes. Now, one of the people that I wanted to look into, the actual expert in the situation, was somebody known as Chris Bors. Now, you might know this guy as the irate gamer, but recently he is the world's first ghost behaviorist. Now, you might be like, whoa, Muda, what's a ghost behaviorist? I don't fucking know, okay? That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. But 15 hours ago, he makes this post. Dr. Disrespect is caught in a sexting scandal that's going major viral. This is my response. Be careful who you put your trust in. There's a reason I haven't interacted with online gamers. I'm going to play a few snippets out of this so I can just show you what a paranormal assessment of the situation is like.
character for this video, and I want to talk about a few things that have gone viral lately around an individual named Dr. Disrespect. And if you don't know who that is, there's some things online going around now where he has done some lewd conduct with a minor. And I've alluded to certain things over the past couple of years with YouTube and the whole top echelon of celebritydom that's been going on that I was kind of privy to, and I've been waiting for something like this to kind of happen.
Oh boy, he knows about that top echelon of YouTube, the goddamn Illuminati. It's a weird thing to say that, whoa, I've been waiting for something fucked up like this to happen, just so I can give the paranormal assessment of it. And what is his paranormal assessment? Let's get a quick dive.
Let me just say, in the gaming community specifically, a lot of the people that are on the top of this field, they have a lot of inner demons, okay? And people like Dr. Disrespect, this persona that they take on derives from the personal demons, okay? And people that tend to, like, I'm a student of psychology. People that play a lot of video games are... they play games because it's a coping mechanism. Like I said, they've got a lot of inner demons, maybe from childhood, for whatever, but they use video games as a coping mechanism. So when you see these people online, a lot of people over the years that are gaming people, you see a lot of sexual misconduct, you see a lot of allegations coming out.
Oh, those gamers! You know, you touch a controller, you load up Elden Ring, boy, you're about to do some of the most wildest shit on the internet. Yeah, apparently a lot of those gamers, you know, they have a lot of inner demons. It's a coping mechanism. You know, I actually tend to disagree. I have a real dominatrix fetish, it seems, if we're going with the psychology stuff, because I just love playing this new Elden Ring DLC that's absolutely clapping my cheeks right now. No, I think some of us just enjoy a challenge and unwinding in a weird, unconventional way by playing a game that will knock our socks off. You know, some people just load up some Grand Theft Auto to drive around Los Santos, for real. It's an insane thing. He literally is equating this to, like, fucking demons. Now, maybe it's inner demons, like, you know, problems and issues that they've had. Not so much, I would say, necessarily of the paranormal variety. But the next clip I'm going to show you out of this 8-minute diatribe is probably one of the most unhinged parts of this.
Ooh, that's enticing. But no, there was an element of selling your soul, and I did not want to do that. And so when you see people like, I hate to say it, Mr. Beast, I saw a couple pictures of him recently where he was kind of like on this island-like setting, kind of Epstein Island-ish. I don't want to go down too much down that rabbit hole because he is kind of like a front for YouTube. You do not get into that position without being, what's the word I'm looking for? Vetted by YouTube, where they open up the algorithm to him. So there's a reason why he's on top.
Oh, YouTube vetted Mr. Beast. Oh, they gave him algorithmic access. You know, it's such a wild thing where he's like, yeah, I saw Mr. Beast. He was on an island. You know, Epstein had an island. What a fucking leap right there, dude. You know, there's plenty of islands out there. He specifically went into that one. He's like, I ain't gonna jump too far into it. It's so wild sometimes when you come across channels like this and like actual insight, because it's literally just throwing shit at the wall until it actually sticks. Now again, do I think that there's any paranormal going on here? Is the EVF meter, what is that? The EMF meter reading level 5? Is there something crazy going on in the parabolic mics? Is there some ghostwriting going on? I'm not assuming there's anything paranormal with this. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Disrespect's entire story is wild. The way that he's responded to these kind of allegations is a shocking thing to me, okay? These are really situations where I don't think there's any NDA in the world that prevents you from basically addressing something as serious as lewd interactions with a minor and just telling people it never happened. Now, at the same time, I really have in my head a view that maybe this is more so for Twitch. You know, a platform that hasn't really even said anything. if there was actual serious malfeasance, I think, regarding a minor, I really think that Twitch wouldn't really have settled a lawsuit or have even paid out the remainder of the contract. Just because if they knew something bad was happening, it would be easy to throw this guy under the bus. I really think if I had to speculate, put the tinfoil hat on as what happened, maybe there might have been some shitty interaction between a Twitch employee or Twitch staff or something. And, maybe it was a situation where Twitch didn't ultimately do their level best to even put their employees in complete safety. And maybe it's a situation that really makes both sides look absolutely abhorrently terrible. And it's partially that reason that both sides will never want to talk about this. They've handled out their payments. The guy is still banned off of Twitch. Clearly, they want nothing to do with each other, and they don't want the world to know exactly what happened in the situation. So that's realistically all that I can really garner from this. But one thing that I do want to ultimately discuss too is a lot of the actual accounts that I've seen who are basically calling, Dr. Disrespect a pedophile, at this point. Now, obviously with allegations like this, we live in a world where it should be innocent until proven guilty, but it seems like obviously, when you're a public figure, it's more guilty until you're somehow proven innocent. And even then, with allegations like this, the actual tarnishing to somebody's brand is just something you're never gonna, fix. So at the end of the day, no receipt has been handed out. This is really one of those situations where, just wait until actual, the information comes out in some way. I really feel like the account that posted this, while they definitely have a lot to lose, I really don't think that they would have posted this if they don't have some form of receipt. So ultimately, can somebody just leak what actually happened? Like, Jesus Christ, let us know what occurred. Otherwise, this remains one of Twitch's largest mysteries. That said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.